In October 2021, former gynecologist Dr. Fabio Ortega was sentenced to prison for criminally sexually abusing patients. Today, we dive into the legal implications and options for those affected by Dr. Ortega's misconduct. Dr. Ortega's criminal charges. Dr. Fabio Ortega, a former OB/GYN at Swedish Covenant Hospital and Northshore Health System, faced criminal charges for sexually abusing patients. Shockingly, these hospitals settled multiple lawsuits against Dr. Ortega despite being aware of his misconduct. Dr. Ortega's guilty plea. Dr. Ortega pleaded guilty to 2 counts of criminal sexual assault. Despite the severity of his actions, the judge sentenced him to 2 concurrent 3-year prison terms. Lawsuits allege that Dr. Ortega used medical care to conceal his abusive behavior. Lawsuits and victims. Victims of Dr. Ortega have filed dozens of lawsuits against his employers. The hospital settled some cases, but many more remain. Dr. Ortega's pattern of inappropriate questions and touching, spanning decades, has led to allegations of grooming abuse victims. Hospitals' knowledge. Shockingly, hospitals allowed Dr. Ortega to continue practicing even after numerous complaints and an investigation for sexual abuse. The failure to take action opens the hospitals to additional liability, as victims share harrowing stories of abuse, some even alleging mistreatment hours after giving birth. Filing a lawsuit. If you've been a victim of Dr. Ortega's abuse, you may be entitled to financial compensation. With at least a dozen lawsuits already filed, time is of the essence. Contact Rosenfeld injury lawyers for a free initial consultation and to explore your legal options. Number of victims. Dr. Ortega's abuse spans over a quarter century, with the true number of victims unknown. It is crucial for survivors to come forward, and Illinois' removal of the statute of limitations in sex abuse cases allows victims to seek justice, no matter when the abuse occurred. Potential settlements. Large settlements in physician sex abuse cases are not uncommon, often reaching hundreds of millions of dollars. Dr. Ortega's guilty plea strengthens civil cases, and experienced sex abuse attorneys can guide survivors through the legal process with sensitivity. In many cases, we can file a lawsuit using an alias to protect your identity and privacy. Taking legal action. You don't have to let the trauma go unpunished. With the help of an experienced sexual abuse attorney, you can file a Dr. Fabio Ortega sexual abuse lawsuit. Rosenfeld Injury Lawyers is here to support you in seeking justice and financial compensation. If you've experienced sexual abuse by Dr. Fabio Ortega, don't stay silent. Contact us for a free consultation. Together, let's fight for justice and ensure that those responsible are held accountable. We've helped victims of sexual abuse recover compensation for their damages. Let our team do the same for you. Reach out to Rosenfeld Injury Lawyers at 888-424-5757 for a free consultation. Your voice matters, and we're here to help you on the path to healing and justice.